Hey everybody, I'm Christy and I've got corona hair and I don't care. How are y'all today? I am looking on my iPad to make sure that I am live in the right group. So if you will say hello as soon as you see me and can hear me, if you could put the emoji thumbs up or something like that so I know that you're there. I am so excited to be here today. This is going to be so fun. Oh, okay. I think I see myself. I see myself. I just don't know. Oh, hi. I see a hi. Hi, Susan. Thank you for having me. This is so fun. I can't wait to share my passion of lettering with you. My favorite thing to letter is scripture. So, as people start popping on, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I have been in the paper crafting industry forever, like since I was little. I mean, I feel like I've scrapbooked my whole life, and then I started. Thank you for saying you see me and hear me. Yay! Hi, Carrie. But I had a studio for 8 years, and that studio, oh, I loved it. I had so much fun. Taught scrapbooking, card making, all the things. And all of a sudden, I started feeling this tightness in my chest and this anxiety. And I had to close down my business because I had so much anxiety. I started having depression and started having panic attacks. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced anything like that, but if you have, I am so sorry. And if you're going through that right now, I am so sorry. But there is another side to it, okay? I have worked on healing. I've started to recognize what the signs of anxiety are. When I first start feeling that little tightness in my chest, I start to take some deep breaths and I start thinking, okay, I don't want to go down this road. So you might be thinking, why are you telling me all of this? Well, hey y'all, so glad you're here. I'm telling you this because my passion for lettering came from writing scripture. Okay, and so the first thing I want to do is give you a gift. I want everybody to have a gift from me today. And this is what it is. I don't know if you can see them real good, but let me move this over so you can see my website. So Craft with Christy is my website. I designed these scriptures to give away free for several reasons. I want you to, in fact, if you want to take a screenshot, that way you can go back later. You don't have to do it now. I don't want you to leave me right now. We're having too much fun, right? But that's what helped me heal. Oops, let me scoot over this way. And got me through the hard times. Of course, with counseling, with all the things, I finally found that scripture could be so healing. And I started Bible journaling. Anybody Bible journal? In the comments, tell me if you Bible journal. And in Bible journaling, I started seeing people write really pretty. And I was very drawn to that. And I thought, okay, I've got to learn how to do this. So I was learning, and this was a couple of years ago. And I was at a point where I felt like, okay, I can start teaching people this stuff again. Now, I don't want to be in person. I can do it online. And then the Lord just opened all these doors. And, but I was going to teach sewing. Okay. Well, guess what? That's not what people were looking for. And I didn't know hand lettering was going to be like a thing for me. People kept asking. And I have a business coach, and she said, you give them what they ask for, not what necessarily what you want to give. And I just didn't think I could teach it. So listen to what happened. The Lord was like, yeah, you can do this. And look what he did. I'm like, what? A book? Seriously. I can't believe it. But I want to give one of these books away today. So if you're excited about learning to letter and you want to know more, I am just type in Be the Light, and then I'll draw. I'll give y'all 24 hours, and then I'll draw a name. I want to give you 24 hours because I want people who can watch the replay to have a chance to win too. So, how's that sound? Are y'all excited? Oh yeah, Bible journaling is the best. Y'all don't be shy. Y'all say hi as you come on. I would love to know who's here. Okay, so we're going to do some basic lettering today. How many of you, I want you to say in the comments, if you have never done lettering, so put never. If you're a beginner, put newbie. If you've been lettering for a while, just say lots of lettering or whatever. That way I'll know what to expect. Okay, my pleasure, Susan. Let me tell you a few more things. When you start lettering, you probably want to know what supplies you need. That's one of the first questions people ask me. Yay, be the light. Awesome. And what I tell people is you need 3 things basically. Well, actually, you could do with 2 things. Let me get this bigger on the screen so you can see. Okay, I think you're going to want 3 things because when you first start, you kind of want something to go by. So if you have a book, a lettering book, or if you want to purchase one, or, I mean, I have them for sale, or if you want to maybe find some things on Pinterest you can print out to trace. So you've got options here. So tracing paper is what I recommend. Something to trace, and then some kind of a marker. And I will talk to you about my favorite markers in a minute. And this is a magic pen. So you need 3 things, okay? Tracing paper, some kind of template, and some kind of marker. Got it? Hi, Cindy from Michigan. You have some lettering experience. Awesome. I'm glad you're here. Yay. Martina, never. I love it. I love it. Carrie, never. I love newbies. Hi, Bonnie, Teresa, or Theresa. I never know, but hi. Newbie, Carol, Emma, Susan, Tina's never. I love it. You're gonna learn a lot today, I think. Okay. This is so fun. Okay, so I want to show you what my book's broken down into. And this is not the purpose of me sharing this with you is not to sell my book. So don't feel pressured at all to buy it. I'm just showing you. Some people want to know. They're like, "Oh, tell me more about the book." So, okay, in the book, and when you start lettering, I'm going to show you the 2 basic strokes. So today you're going to get these 2. And this is really like, once you learn these 2, you can do it. You'll get it today. And you're like, wow, they're just 2 straight lines. Yes, they are. Okay, and then in here I've got some traceables. Today I just put this book on as a digital format. So whoever wins will get to choose if they want it and print it out and mail to them, or if they want the digital so they can start today. The other 2 things I'm going to teach you are right here in my book. A banner, how to make a banner, and y'all are going to be like, what? That's so easy, and you'll never forget it. I'm going to teach you some steps where you should never forget it. Thick and thin. Who's cheating over there, Susan? No, I'm just kidding. The upstroke and downstroke, that's right. And then I'm going to show you how to make my favorite rows. The back of my book, and this goes into doodles, and then the back is where people can just trace scripture. So let me show you. So you get your tracing paper out, like I told you I would recommend, and then pretend like you printed this page off of Pinterest or somewhere, okay? Or you had a book. And then you just take your tracing paper. This is actually a Crayola marker, so you don't have to have fancy markers. And then you can just trace. And this starts with getting your muscle memory going, so you get used to the flow of lettering. And it's fun. It's really fun. What I want you to know, for me, it's very therapeutic, and it can be for you. So all that goes to say, let go of your perfectionisms, because that's not what this is about. Not at all. I do not want you for a second to think, oh, it's got to be perfect or I can't do it. No, no, no. The first thing I teach my classes is, what I do is Christy Ligraphy, and what you do is Martina Ligraphy, Carrie Ligraphy, Cindy Ligraphy. So type in the comments your name with Ligraphy, okay? I want to see that you understand, you're listening, that you are going to develop your own style, and whatever yours looks like is going to be beautiful, whether it looks like mine or someone else's that teaches hand lettering. That's not your goal. Your goal is to develop a style of your own. I want to show you in this book what I'm doing on Mondays at noon. And I am teaching people, I'm doing like a little devotional. So this is the last one I did. And I actually just do the basic lettering with this group. And then I have a private lettering group that's a membership group. And we do like more details. So, but just to show you. So on Monday I did this one, and I talked about joy. And I talked about how right now finding joy might be difficult for some people, because this is a weird time, right, guys? And if you're pastors' wives, which I believe this group is, which is amazing to me that you have this community. Oh, I love this, y'all. It's so awesome. Y'all are probably going through a whole lot with your spouse, or maybe you're a pastor, and you're probably hearing about everybody's issues, and that's a huge burden, you know? And so I just pray for you. I pray for your family that that y'all can find joy in things. And one little thing I started doing is going on a joy walk. Yep, I started going on joy walks. And you, like, what's a joy walk? Well, it doesn't have to be a physical walk. It could be walking through a journal and writing down some things. It could be looking around your house to see what kind of things bring you joy. It could be looking at photographs of family. But my joy walks look like going or walk around the block with my dogs, because that is heaven to them. They think I am the Lord himself. And my first day I went on a joy walk, I was like, okay, Lord, show me some joy, you know. And every day I walk around the neighborhood and I just, wait, let me go back. Not every day. Before I started going on my joy walks, I took for granted what was around me, is what I'm trying to say. Is when I would drive around, I took for granted the things that I saw, right? Don't you do that? We just go by all the time. Okay, and so I went to the end of the street with my dogs, and of course they have to sniff every single mailbox, every single sign, and they stopped at the sign, and I looked down, and there was this big old thing of weeds, like just weeds everywhere. And I was like, okay. And then I looked down and saw the tiniest yellow weed. It was a flower weed, and it was the prettiest yellow flower weed I've ever seen. And I was like, thank you, Lord. That is what I needed to see today. I needed to see that beautiful bloom in the midst of all these weeds. There is joy. I just have to look for it, right? And so that's what started me on joy that day, talking about that. So that's just a little example. If you want to join me, I put the name of the Facebook group I do that in the description. So you can go back to that. It's called Hand Letter Doodle and DIY. I'm going to get a blank page here, and anybody who wants me to, I'm going to start off, well, actually, I'm going to start off by just showing you the basic steps. Now, if you are interested in learning lettering, or if you're just here because you're like, I don't have anything better to do, or if you're left-handed, you can do this. You can do this. I'm telling you, anybody can do it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do an upstroke and a downstroke. So there's two main strokes in hand lettering. When I teach you this, you can do it. You've got it, okay? So I'm just going to use a Crayola marker at first, because I want you to know you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can take Crayola markers and you can take paper and you're done, okay? So Crayola markers have a tip, and then a tip, and then they have a side that you can take advantage of. Anytime we write in hand lettering, when we make an upstroke, it's a real thin stroke every time. Every time you letter and you go up with your writing, it's a thin stroke. Every time you go down, it's a thick stroke. So let me give you an example. I'm going up here, and then when I go down, it's thick. Okay? That's what makes lettering so beautiful. So let me show you. Okay, see the H here, how it's got that thin stroke, and then I've got the thick strokes? That's what makes it so interesting. Now, so lefties can do this. Yes, Jamie. Jamie, you lefty? Okay, so we're going to go up and make our light stroke. Just think you have a feather and you're running it across the paper. You're tickling the page and you do not want to break that feather. So you're going to be really gentle. So you're going to go up, up, up. I hope y'all are following with me. You lefties are special. You are so special. Now we're going to do a downstroke. With a Crayola marker, I'm going to use the side of the marker so I can make that thick downstroke, okay? You should be able to tell the difference between the two strokes. Now, some of you are thinking, well, all I have is a Sharpie. I can't do this. I just have a pen. I can't do this. Well, let me show you a trick. When you don't have the right marker, or actually I do this like all the time. It's like actually my favorite way to letter is called faux lithography, okay? Faux lithography is fake lettering. And a lot of you probably have done it and you don't even know that you've done it before. Let me see if I can get this camera right where I want it. Okay, you might not even realize that you've done it. So it is where you fake it, obviously. Hello. So I'm going to start with the word love. And if you're doing this with me, I want you to write it just in normal cursive writing. You can do it in print if that's what you prefer. And I want you to spread out the letters, okay? So just like I am, I'm not doing my heavy up and down. I'm just doing regular. Pretend like this is a Sharpie or a pen and I don't have a brush pen or a Crayola marker. There's another lefty representing, I'm not a lefty, but I'm just saying representing each other. Okay. Y'all are cracking me up. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take every downstroke and we're going to draw a line next to it. I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast. I have so much to tell you. So This is an upstroke right here, like I showed you earlier, but this is a downstroke, okay? So all my downstrokes are going to have a line next to them like that. And I'm just going to show you with this pen. It might be easier for you to see. And then downstroke, 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 and a downstroke. Did y'all get it? Did you pass? Keep talking. Christy talks a lot. Christy's trying to take a deep breath because I get so excited. When I used to teach classes, there was this one girl that was like, can you please slow down on your talking? Nobody else did, but she did. So I kind of think about that. Oh, I want to show you something really cool about this pen when I get done with this. Okay, so now I'm going to fill that in where I have those lines. And it's magic. Look, is that not beautiful? Imagine if you had a paint marker and you were writing on a sign, or if you had a paintbrush. You can use this technique on so many different things. And like I said, I use it because no matter where I am with whatever marker, I can do this. Okay, you ready for some magic? If you're a crafter and you have a heat gun, type in the comments, heat gun. Heat guns are going to be your best friend if you want to do some kind of fun projects. Christy, we're Twinkies. Okay, this is called a friction pen, F-R-X-I-O-N. Okay, and it's an erasable pen. So if I want to erase, I can erase. But if I have a heat gun, watch this magic happen. This is going to disappear. The pen is going to disappear before your eyes. You ready? Look at that. Has your life changed? My life has changed. Okay, we do have some people with heat guns. Yay! Okay, yeah, several heat guns. Uh-oh, she's a big time crafter. I love it. Okay, are y'all excited then? Yay! Awesome. Lots of heat guns. Okay, so we got lots of crafters in here. Y'all, really, I was just scrolling quickly before I got on today in your group, and I was just like, what an amazing group of women who encourage each other. I mean, it's just so, I just thank you, Jesus, for technology, especially right now. So many people feel alone, and this is our way to connect and still feel like we're not just like, you know, lost out there. This is called, thank you for reminding me to write this down, a friction pen. And if anybody needs links for these, I've got links for whatever I'm going to show you today. I know, y'all, isn't it so awesome? I hope that made your day because it made mine when I learned about it. Okay, now I'm going to show you other markers in case you are already a crafter and you might have Tombow markers, or maybe you just want to invest in some markers, or you want to know what a brush pen is. So this is a brush pen. It's got a long brush, okay, and it has a tip, so just like with a Crayola marker, anytime we make an upstroke, it's thin. And then anytime we make a downstroke, it's thick. But look how thick that is. You can get it really thick. You don't have to do it that thick. I just have a real heavy hand. Okay, so with this marker, I would do the same thing, except instead of coloring it in, I would just write and pay attention. And every time I go up, I write thin. Every time I go down, I do thick. And see how I'm trying to get it really thin. That is a struggle for me. And honestly, that's most people who I've taught classes for tell me the hardest part is the thin upstrokes. And you might not think that in the beginning, but it's for me it is harder. Okay, it did make your day. But honestly, these days it doesn't take much. I get that. Obviously, it doesn't take a lot to make your make you have a great day when you're sitting at home in quarantine, right? All right, so there's that. Now, my favorite lettering pen or brush pen is, you know what? You're better with a hard tip. Yeah. I get it. I agree. To me, this is a little bit harder to do. This is my favorite pen. I have a lot more control with it. It's really pretty and elegant. I'm going to write it over here. It's called a Pentel Touch. I like it for addressing envelopes, you know, for doing that kind of thing. When you go to look for this pen, sometimes it's hard to find, but you want to make sure that that it's the flexible tip. Okay? They make a felt tip, and you're going to be so disappointed if you're looking for a brush pen and you get the other one. So make sure. There we go. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. I agree with the Tombow pens about the tips. Um, if that's what you're talking about, like the bigger brush pen, let me give you a tip on the Tombow markers, these ones. You have to use marker paper. You have to use something to protect the tips because they will ruin on paper like this. Like they're not going to last long. But if you use tracing paper, they'll last longer. They work better on that. And I practice on tracing paper all the time. You don't even have to have like something under it that you're tracing. And then marker paper. And some of you've never heard of marker paper. I hadn't, but it's like a kind of a slicker surface. So get some marker paper. Yeah, Fudenosuke. Fudenosuke, I think that's the way to say it. I love those. I love those. They are great. And they're very much like this. The hard tip. They're very much like this. I love these a little bit better, but I like those too. Okay. Y'all are already like, y'all know what y'all are talking about. Y'all know your stuff. You're already letterers, huh? But not all of you, a bunch of you are newbies, and don't be intimidated because everybody started from nothing, okay? So this is what the basic lettering is what you need to know today. The foligraphy is perfect. I think every person here can do foligraphy now, right? It's easy. Okay, let me do some names. If you're practicing along with me, do some names with me just for fun. Just I'm just gonna kind of, in fact, type your name if you want me to do your name. Okay, there is a copy paper that's more slick. Okay, she gonna look that up. So if you will put your name in the comments, I will hand letter it for fun, and you can take a screenshot and then you can practice on your own. You could actually probably print out that screenshot and actually trace right over it or just have it to look at. Anybody want to comment your name so I can letter your name? Okay, the printer paper is HP Premium 24. That's good to know. That's good to know. I'm going to start with Susan because Susan invited me here and I am so thankful. What a blessing this is for me to be here. Okay, if I miss your name, oh sure, Susan. If I miss your name, say it again later because sometimes the comments go so fast and I miss it. Okay, we have a Sarah with an H. Now the reason I'm stopping in between is because I'm doing different strokes. When you learn hand lettering, there's different strokes, okay? So it's actually more like drawing than it is writing cursive. Writing cursive, you don't stop, okay? But when you do hand lettering, you learn, just like you learn the upstroke and the downstroke, there's other strokes, like there's an overturn. So you can imagine it's light up, heavy down. If you do two of those together, you've got the letter N. So that's where it is when you want to take it a step further with hand lettering. But if you want to learn foligraphy today in the basic steps, you've already got it. You've already got it. Okay. Okay, I had Sarah, Sophia. Lots of S's, y'all. Let me do a different S then, so you can see something different. I forgot. I already did Sarah. Sophia. Sorry. Y'all gotta watch me. You never know what I'm gonna do next. Sophia. Wow, we got some pretty names. Yes, Susan, I'll come back and do pastor. Can you do pastor wives' name? So just write out pastor wives. And there's Carol. See, Carol, I love these R's. Aren't they fun? That big old loop. When I first started, I didn't do fancy loops. Now I add so many loops because I've developed my own style. When I first started, my R looked just like a cursive R. It looked like this. And then I discovered the loop and I was sold, and I can't make it regular R anymore except when I'm, just trying to show y'all. Okay, so Carol, Renee, absolutely. Whoa. Forgive me if I don't say y'all's names right, too. Because I'm just assuming that's Renee. Velta. I love that. Now, I want to encourage you. Can I give you a challenge? Y'all okay with that? I want to encourage you to do two things after we get off of here. Well, next week. How about that? Number 1, go on a joy walk. Number 2, send an encouraging note in the mail to someone. Anyone. And you could practice your hand lettering. And we're going to do some doodles that you could do that would be really fun to do on the note. What I do, and remember you have access to these in the beginning. If you just joined us in the beginning, I gave y'all a link to get these free scripture cards. It's a whole set of 8. What I've been doing is writing on the back a sweet little note and popping it in the mail for someone, in an envelope, of course. And you don't have to write a lot, because sometimes you're like, if I write a letter, I mean, I got to write a lot. I don't know, have a lot to say. But if you're just, I'm praying for you, I'm thinking about you, whatever it is, and put this in there, y'all, they can hang it on their refrigerator or their mirror and be encouraged. All right, so I stopped with Tina. Okay, I did Susan. And now Carolyn. So I hope Susan, did you see me do Susan? If not, I'll do it again. Isn't this a pretty color? Caro. I like to use this for demonstrations because y'all can see it really good. And I can't talk and letters, so if I misspell, I warned you. Carolyn. I think that's right. And we have Dee Dee. I'm writing it as I see it, so if it's a capital, if it's 2 words and another capital D, just keep that in mind. Yes, that's our challenge. Yes, y'all have homework. You didn't know I was going to give you homework. There's Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. But it's good homework, isn't it? Bonnie, I'm going to go downhill for you. You know what I love to do? I love to work around, like whatever letters are there, I love to work around. It really makes kind of like, it's called bounce lettering. I love doing that. And it's composition, running things together. Bonnie, Christy. T-I. Always have to make sure because there's so many ways to spell Christy. Okay. Thank you. So Emma, is the T-Y thank you or is it Ty? Help me. Help me. Isn't it? It's so hard to know what people are saying. Like when they're writing in text, that's why we have to be careful when you text people, right? So first I thought it was thank you, and then I thought, well, maybe it's Ty. So tell me in the comments. Uh-oh, yes, P-A. Oh, okay. Pastors, gotcha. And then there's Cynthia. Yours is going to go on a trip uphill, okay? I just snuck some little print in there a little bit. So you can change up your letters. Effie, I love that name. That is so cute. Okay, is that a grandchild? I see that Martina, who is Effie? A lot of fun names are coming back around for, here's an M, whoever asked for that, with, you know, new babies and stuff, so I love to know. There's an M. All right. Aw, Susan, thank you for being so encouraging to me. Watercolor notes from Jamie with hand lettering from Christy. Oh, fun. Any tips on keeping your letter sizes consistent? Mine always gradually get bigger. Practice, just practice. I get you. I feel you. I did the same thing, but it just really does take practice. And lined paper helps too. Okay, uppercase F. That's how I usually do mine, because you know, I told you I do like little doodle, like flourishes with everything. You're welcome, Emma. Did I write your name? I saw that. I thought you did some kind of watercolor class. I was like, oh, how fun. That's such a great idea. Such a great idea. Love it. Oh, Emma, your 12-year-old. You know what? So I wrote your 12-year-old's name is what I'm guessing. And I want to see her work when we're done. Post, and all of you, post what you do when you're finished. I want to see it. How fun. Okay, Dee Dee, perfect. I just need an M. Did an M. Got the F. I'm so glad she's made my day. Okay. Let's do pastors. Oh, wives of what was it exactly? How did you want me to write it? Wives of pastors. See that up and down stroke? Heavy down, light up. And I have to kind of say it out loud to myself sometimes. You know? When I do that, I can focus on it more. And honestly, going slow, a lot of people find that they have so much more control. So you see me writing it fast, but that's because I don't want you to be here all day with me taking my time. Y'all got stuff to do. So don't do as I do. Do as I say. There's the L. I love making L's. Wives of pastors. See how thick all these lines are? I wasn't focusing. So now I'm going to focus heavy down. That was a light up, heavy down, light up, heavy down. Look at my wiggles. Are wiggles okay? Yeah, it's handmade. So let go of the perfectionism. Again, if you just popped on, hi, I'm Christy. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you're here. I'm just teaching some hand lettering. Is pastors O-R? Watch me misspell it. Please no. Oh, good. Okay. I thought it was. And now this is my loopy R. Remember that loopy R? What pen am I using? This is a Tombow dual brush pen. Let me see if I can get it in the camera for you. Tombow dual brush pen, and y'all feel free to ask me. You can message me on Facebook. P is always hard. I know. I got you. It's a lot of practice on different kind of letters, and you'll find the one that you really like. Okay, so now that we've done this and done some practicing with our lettering, our upstrokes and our downstrokes, I want to teach you I want to teach you how to make a banner. My favorite thing in the world is making a banner and teaching people how to make a banner, because I think that I think this might help you remember it. Okay, so I've made up a story about it. Are you ready? I taught 5th grade for a few years, so I loved my 5th graders. Okay, here we go. We are going to draw a rectangle, and look at my rectangle. Is it perfect? Did I get a ruler out? Nope, I'm just doing it for fun. I'm practicing. And I want you to think about this as a robot body. All right? So, oh, you're so sweet. This is a robot body. Now, what is that little robot saying? I want some arms. Give me some arms. So, we're going to give it some arms. And it wants some legs. So, give it some legs. And then he's like really greedy. I want some feet. So we said, okay, I'm going to give you feet. I'm going to give you some long feet. So all the way as long as the arms. Are y'all following me? Am I going too fast? Are we good? It is a Tombow brush pen. Dual brush. D-U-A-L. Let me write that down. That might help. Tombow. All of a sudden I can't spell. More than usual.
I'm reminding you, your class is doing amazing.
Did you hear that? Alexa, stop. She said y'all are doing amazing if you didn't hear that. How did she know? Okay. Back to our robot. Body, arms, legs, feet. Legs and feet. Okay, now we're going to take the letter V and do it sideways like that. Or we could do a greater than and less than. Maybe I should change my story. It might be good. Okay. Greater than, less than. And then you're almost done. You see the banner coming together, but we want to make it look 3D. So we're going to take this corner to this corner and color it in. Just like that. Okay. How easy is that? Can y'all do that? I bet you've already made 5 of them. Especially Emma's daughter. Emma. I'm assuming it's daughter. I don't know why I said daughter. It says your 12-year-old is running the responses. I want to know your daughter's name, because when I was writing names, I wasn't paying attention. And if she's a female, or maybe by her name, I can tell. If y'all are still hanging out. Okay, so what do you think? You can do this, right? So if you made a banner, give me some thumbs up or some hearts, or if you think you can make the banner, give me some loving so I know you're still following me, or if you're getting something out of this. Are we having fun yet? Give me some thumbs up if we're having fun. Yes, dual brush. Sophia. Okay, Sophia, I'm so glad you're here. Awesome. Did you make a banner? I didn't see many thumbs up. Did y'all make banners? Who's ready to learn how to make some flowers? And some of you are probably like, I can't do this, lady. I'm trying to write. I can't do emojis and type and hand letter. I get it. I get it. I need to be encouraged so I can keep going, because otherwise you think, is anybody listening to me? Oh, yay. Okay, got lots of hearts now and thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate it. You did make the banner. Yay. Awesome. Okay. All right. So you want to see some flowers. Now, I'm just going to show you basic flowers. You may have made this when you were in, elementary school. We're going to do a tulip. So we're going to make the letter U. Just like that. Y'all, doodling is life. It's life for me. So I'm going to be honest with you. And I know you're pastors' wives. But I think especially you who are watching me right now will understand. When I'm in church, and I have an amazing pastor, but if I'm not doodling, I'm not paying attention, because my mind is floating everywhere thinking about anything else but what he's saying. But if I'm doodling and I'm drawing my banners and I'm writing down whatever Exodus, whatever we're focusing on, then I'm going to pay attention a lot better. So I don't know if that's you, but I'm going to give you permission. If that's you, it's okay. And depending on your congregation, maybe you'd be hiding it over here, but that's okay. Anyway, but I really do. I love doodling, and I do something called sermon notes. Have you ever seen art where people do sermon notes? No, we all have amazing pastors, don't we? And that's why I'm laughing, is you hiding, because you might be your husband over there. But, the same for you. Oh, Emma, yay. Emma's like, yeah, I can't listen if I'm not doodling, right? Yes, it really does. So y'all get me. Y'all get me. It is something since I was born. I mean, in school, back in the day when you would doodle, it was kind of frowned upon, but that's just how I learned. So yes for summer notes. Yay! Yes, y'all are my people. Y'all are my people. I love y'all. You just connect, you find your people and you just connect. Okay. Here we go. I know you're like, get back to it, lady. Okay, so now we're going to do a diagonal line there. Yes, y'all do sermon, that's good. And then I'm going to make another diagonal, going the opposite way. And then I'm going to make a little point up there. That one was a little cockeyed, but you know what? It's doodling. It's hand lettering, it's fine. Got the freedom to do what you want. Now, draw a stem and make my leaves kind of, I don't know if they look like tulip leaves, but the tulips that I've gotten in a vase, they usually have like really tall leaves. Those aren't the prettiest leaves, but that's okay. It's all right. Okay, now we're going to do another flower. And this flower is going to be super fun, okay? So we're going to just make a swirl. Like that. Can you see what I'm making already? Oh, I'm so glad y'all do sermon notes too. They are so fun. I do it on my iPad. Even after church when I can go back and make it really pretty. And so I'm working on my second book, and I'm putting some sermon notes like in a little section in there. All right, we're going to make a U shape again. And then I'm going to make just like pull this over for a little petal like that. Okay. Take my green marker and then do some leaves however I want to do them. You could do some thorns if you want to, because it's like a rose, like a little rosebud. We good? We're still good. Now, the next thing I want to show you is, okay, I want to show you this. I want you to embrace this real quick, okay? Watch. See that? That's just a loose, swirly doodle. Could you use that on something, or would you be like, there's no way. There's no way. Okay, I want you to look at my book. I want you to look at these doodles. And if you had my book, would you look at it and be like, what is she doing? Or would you think, she knows what she's doing? And then if you got closer, you'd be like, what? None of those are alike. They're just like swirly doos. Well, that's doodling, y'all. Freedom. Relaxing. Flowers are organic, so they don't have to be perfect. Absolutely. Go out there and look at God's flowers. They're all unique. Just like us. Okay, so there's these little flowers. We could put some little leaves with them, but how freeing is that? Now, I'm going to show you my favorite flower. I use it on everything. That's this one right here. I call it a modern rose. And I'm going to do it. Let me do a different color so it shows up better. All right. I'm doing a big circle. This is in my book too. Got it, everybody? And now I'm going to do like a crescent moon. And now I'm going to, wherever I stop is where I'm going to pick up. And I'm going to do another one, but maybe a little bit shorter. The width doesn't matter, and I don't make any two alike. You're just going to, every time it's going to be different. It might be more curved, it might be more pointy, but that's okay. Okay, take this and we're going to curve around to the opposite side. Same. Curve around, opposite side. Every time I'm picking up my pen, and when you get better at it, you're not going to pick up your pen every time. Then I'm just going to keep going until I feel like, okay, that's good to stop. I'm good. Or I could keep going. Okay, so when I do it now, I do it all in one swoop. And they don't always necessarily touch or whatever, but, and they might be oval shaped and they might be round. Who knows? Okay, and then we're going to take this. I like to do a leaf sticking out from it, and then one kind of behind that one. And I don't recommend using the tip of your Tombow for this because you don't want to ruin your tips. What do you think, guys? Are y'all loving it? Okay, one more tip before I go about this erasable pen. I think one time, so I think sometimes we get stuck in our own head because we're like, okay, I can't get it balanced. Sometimes it's too short. I can't, or just like the width and the height and all that stuff. Practice helps. Practice is key. Practice doesn't make perfect because we're not going for perfection, but it makes better, right? So here we go. In our banner, let's pretend like I want to write the word blessed, and I just start writing, and I'm like, okay, oh shoot, I misspelled it. Oh, okay. So then we take this and we erase it, right? Or what if we write it and it's too short? Same thing. How many times do we write something and we either write it too big and we run out of room, or we write it too short, there's a lot of extra room. So just do it until you figure out the best way to fill it in. Or your best effort, I guess I could say. And then go ahead, write over it because you got it how you want it. I know, this is like the biggest magic trick ever. So, I don't know if you can see, but I can still see the pen marks. And I will erase those. Okay? I know, that heat gun. All right. If there's any of these supplies that y'all don't have that you need, let me know. I can get you links, or I can tell you what the names are or whatever. Okay, here we go. Did you see it disappear? All of it disappeared. And now I just have my, does it leave indentation on the paper? Yes, it can. It depends on, sorry, let me get it where you can see it closer. It depends on the paper you use, the pressure you put on it. This paper's pretty thick, and so sometimes you can see it pretty good. Trying to see, what did we do earlier? That was a different page, wasn't it? Let me see if I can find the one I did earlier. Because, yeah, sometimes you can. In fact, I did an envelope. Do I still have it? No, but an envelope I did. You could kind of see the indentation. So just take it with a grain of salt that, you know, if it's a perfect, like what you might do here is you might take this practice and then you might, since you've got your pattern or whatever, then you could actually draw it on your tracing paper, or you could put carbon paper behind here and then trace it so it goes through on the project you want to do. So anyway, another thing is I discovered friction pens because of sewing. So I would use them when I was sewing to draw lines and then iron it to come off. But one thing that you have to know about friction pens is they come off with heat and pressure, like, you know, friction. And so when you journal and you leave it in your hot car, guess what's going to happen? So keep that in mind too. Good question, Jamie. Good question. Because yes, it can. It can. I can see a little bit on here. Let me get it closer. But if I were, I don't know, can you see it? But if you were like writing an address you were sending in the mail or something, I wouldn't worry about it. If you're doing wedding invitations, yeah, you don't want to see indentions. Cat Crafter's Secret Pen. Ooh, maybe we should take it, change the brand name, take the same pen, you know how they do. Change the name to Cat Crafter's Secret Pen. I think we've got a new business here. All right, guys, I had so much fun. Was there anything else I was going to do? I definitely want to tell you what I offer for you guys if you're interested in following me over on my Facebook page. Actually, I have all the social medias except Twitter. I don't do Twitter. No, I've just started doing TikTok. If you're on TikTok, y'all, it will rob your life of time. It's so fun. I love it. It's a blast. But especially once you get the right people in your group, because at first it kind of shows you some stuff you're not going to be interested in. But Kickstarter pen. Sorry, random. But I have YouTube videos, lots of how-to videos. I've got a private Facebook group that I was telling you about, the Devos and Doodles I do on Mondays. That was this. I showed you one that we did the other day. Here's another one. So it's a free group. Hand, letter, doodle, and DIY. I put it in the description. Another thing I have is I have classes on my website, but my private membership groups are open right now until Sunday. So if you want to know more about that. And when I say groups, I just opened an iPad lettering group too. So I have hand lettering and iPad lettering. So fun, so fun. Oh, this has been a blast. A hairdryer might work. I'm not sure, but it might work. You could definitely try it. I just have a heat gun, you know, in my craft room, so I just use that. So wouldn't hurt to try. I bet it would be. Okay, don't forget, if you want to have a chance to win my book, especially if you just popped on and you're just seeing this, type in Be the Light if you want to win, and in 24 hours I'm going to draw. And then one last thing, if y'all want to take a screenshot just so you can come back and look at all this, because I've given you a lot of information right now. This is my scripture cards that are free on my website, okay? I want you in my private groups too. Come on, Christy. But anyway, if y'all should be able to find me if you just take a screenshot of this and come back to it. Remember, I'm giving one of these away. I have, you can pick digital or you can pick physical. The digital's fun because you can, you know, print out as many as you want. But then this is good because you can put tracing paper on it. And if you have an iPad, the digital would be great because then you could practice on there. Does anybody have, to win? To be entered to win, you just type in Be the Light. Be the Light is the name of my hand lettering tribe. And the whole focus of the hand lettering part is just, that's what get people in there. But what keeps people in there is the connections, the love. And y'all have got a lot of that here. But we share that same love. And I teach a lesson in there each month. I have guest artists that come in that teach. We do challenges, and I give printables to trace. Let me show you. This is an example of something that I've taught in there. It is a canvas, okay? It's a canvas. And then we did our lettering on top of this project that we made. So we did some glass art. Back here behind, that's dictionary paper. Anyway, and then we poured resin on it. So this is a big advanced project that we've done, but we also do basic, well, I say basic, this isn't basic, but you know, doing the shadowing and all that. So y'all, thank you for letting me be here. I feel so blessed to be able to share my passion with you. And I do want to say an extra prayer for y'all. I'm so thankful for you. I'm going to pray right now if that's okay. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this group of women. Wow. What a blessing for them to be connected together in this group. They know they're not alone. They know that they just know they get each other. And that's what's so amazing about these Facebook groups, Lord. Thank you for technology. Thank you for giving us all the beauty that you give us. Going back to the joy thing is that, Lord, help us see the tiny little, well, they're not tiny to you. Sometimes we just take for granted things like the little yellow flowers. Lord, open our eyes to those things that you have placed in our sight. Help us remember that that sun rising every morning is a gift to us, not to take that for granted, Lord. And during this time of uncertainty, Lord, that we just want to lean on you and trust in you, and let's help us remember to absorb ourselves into your word, dive into the scriptures, write them out, make them pretty, and share that with others so we can turn around and be the light and encourage others. In your name I pray, amen. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.